São Paulo, the largest city in South America. What's it like to take public transit here as a foreigner? Is it safe? And how do you buy a ticket? I spent a week using São Paulo's metro and train system. In this episode, I will answer these questions. Welcome to Roaming Goose. São Paulo's urban rail system is the largest in Latin America, with 13 lines and 187 stations. Every day, between 6 and 7 million people rely on it. It's a mix of metro and commuter rail networks. The metro has 6 lines, and the commuter rail has 7. The lines are identified by numbers and colors, and they are operated by 4 different companies. The state-owned metro runs Line 1 blue, Line 2 green, Line 3 red, and Line 15 silver. Another state-owned company, CPTM, operates Line 7 ruby, Line 10 turquoise, Line 11 coral, Line 12 sapphire, and Line 13 jade. Then there is Via Mobilidade, a private company that runs Line 5 lilac, Line 8 diamond, and Line 9 emerald. And finally, another private company, Via Guato, operates Line 4 yellow. Despite having multiple networks and operators, there's just one flat fare, 5.2 reais, about 1.3 Canadian dollars, no matter how far you travel or how many transfers you make. But buying a ticket can be confusing for foreigners. There are 2 ways to do it, the traditional way and the electronic way. I personally found the electronic way impossible as a foreigner.
It requires downloading the top mobile app, which isn't available outside Brazil. And even if you somehow manage to get the app, paying for tickets is another challenge, because it only accepts Brazilian payment systems like Pix, which require a Brazilian bank account and a CPF number, which is a taxpayer ID.
So in this video, I will show you the traditional way, buying tickets from a staffed ticket booth. At first, this might sound intimidating, especially if you don't speak Portuguese. But I did it many times during my trip, and it's actually easy and even fun. Every station has staffed ticket offices. You will see them as soon as you enter. Tell the staff you want a ticket. My Duolingo Portuguese is very basic, so I could only say bilhete.
Bilhete.
But the friendly staff understood me every time. And if you don't speak any Portuguese at all, don't worry. I'll share a few tips at the end of this video. After you tell the staff what you need, it's time to pay. To make things easier, try to have the exact change, 5 reais and 20 centavos, or at least some coins, so they don't have to find too much change for you. Once, I handed over a 50 real bill. The staff hesitated at first, then checked if it's counterfeit before accepting it. After you pay, you will receive a paper ticket with a QR code. Using it is simple. Just scan the QR code at the turnstile, wait for the green light, and walk through. Now, let's board the train. São Paulo's transit system is modern and surprisingly clean. Despite serving millions of people every day, the trains are comfortable. And while there are busy times, I never saw it got so crowded that no one could move. One detail that stood out to me is the jigsaw ribbon icon in the priority seating area. It represents artistic passengers. Most of the announcements are in Portuguese, but on certain lines with more international travelers, like Line 4 Yellow and Line 13 Jade, you will also hear English. Transferring between lines is easy. The signs clearly mark each line by color and number. Occasionally, you might see older signs that only mention the network or operator, like CPTM, which we covered earlier. But overall, the directions are straightforward. Some stations also have SSO booths, where metro employees or security agents are available to help passengers. To exit the station, just walk through the turnstiles. There's no need to scan your ticket again. Now, let's talk about safety. Before my trip, I was a little concerned about safety. I had read a few negative stories on social media, but after experiencing it myself, my impression was completely different. I took São Paulo's metro and train 7 times by myself while filming around 200 clips, and I still have my wallet and phone. That said, one strange thing did happen. At São Joaquim station,
Right after I bought my ticket, a man approached me. My Portuguese is too limited to understand what he wanted, but I got a weird vibe, so I walked away quickly. He didn't follow me.
my advice, try to blend in with locals. Be aware of your surroundings, and maybe don't film as much as I did. If you do that, you should be fine. Now, let's talk about the language barrier. Portuguese is the official language of Brazil, and only about 5% of Brazilians speak any English. If you don't know any Portuguese, like me, using a translation app can help. That's what I did when I first arrived at Guarulhos airport. I needed to take the train to my hotel on Paulista Avenue, but I wasn't sure how many tickets I needed. So I typed my question into a translation app and showed it to the staff. The lady looked at my phone, then told me only one ticket is needed. That's why I highly recommend learning at least a few basic phrases before your trip. Even something as simple as um bilhete can go a long way. And that concludes my introduction to São Paulo's metro and train system. Overall, I was really impressed, not just by the scale and the convenience of public transit here, but also by the kindness of the local people. If you ever visit São Paulo, I highly recommend experiencing it for yourself. Until next time, have a great trip.